Right now, wherever you are, let's do a quick structural test. Sit down on the floor or a firm, flat chair and bring your legs into a 90-90 position, one leg bent in front, the other bent to the side. Now, try to sit up perfectly straight. Observe your body's natural lean. You might feel one hip lifting off the ground, or notice your back unconsciously tilting to one side. If your hip is raised and your spine feels warped, your pelvis is out of alignment, creating an imbalance that compounds over time. This misalignment is aggravated by a force that has been acting on you for decades. Gravity is a constant downward pressure, steadily crushing your vertebrae and flattening your spinal discs like old sponges. When your vertical axis is out of alignment, this gravitational load isn't distributed evenly. It doubles the pressure on specific points. Your spine becomes a crooked support beam, physically trapping delicate nerves and causing the sharp pain that makes simple tasks feel like an agonizing struggle. Addressing this structural breakdown is a necessary step towards restoring physical freedom. By correcting the vertical axis, you remove a major mechanical barrier that prevents the body from moving efficiently. To reverse this, we have to look at how the aging spine functions. Once we pass the age of 50, the cells responsible for building and maintaining bone density naturally enter a dormant state. This anatomical view reveals a biological challenge. Unlike other tissues, your intervertebral discs lack a direct blood supply. Because of this avascular structure, lower lumbar discs under maximum pressure are prone to starving, unable to easily flush waste or pull in vital fluids. Your spine isn't permanently broken, but it is effectively suffocating under its own weight, waiting for an opposing upward force to restart its natural maintenance cycle. Passive waiting will not fix a mechanical supply chain issue. To keep these discs from degenerating further, you must use active physical forces to bypass the lack of direct blood flow. The first movement focuses on establishing a rigid vertical line. Place your feet completely together, squeeze your inner thighs, and clasp your hands firmly above your head, stretching upward to pull your spine into alignment. While keeping your toes lifted, alternate dropping your heels to the floor about 1 centimeter at a time. Do this rhythmically, maintaining a perfectly straight torso to ensure the resulting vibration travels directly up your spine. This movement utilizes Wolff's law, stating that human bone remodels and grows stronger in response to mechanical loading. Those 1 centimeter heel drops create a precise mechanical vibration, reaching dormant bone-building cells, triggering them to deposit new calcium and fortify the spine's internal structure. This physical shockwave serves as a targeted structural reinforcement, using controlled mechanical stress to signal the body to strengthen its own foundation. To address the lack of nutrient flow, we transition to a second movement, micro hops. Maintain the same locked upper body posture and begin performing light, rhythmic hops, lifting merely 1 to 2 centimeters off the ground, while keeping your knees slightly bent to cushion the impact. Research from institutions like Harvard Medical School identifies the calf muscles as the body's second heart. When you spring off the balls of your feet, these muscles act as a venous pump, pushing oxygen-rich blood upward against the pull of gravity. This movement facilitates a process called imbibition. Since the discs have no blood vessels, they rely on this mechanical hydraulic pumping action to pull in the nutrients they need from surrounding fluids. Rhythmic hopping on a perfectly straight axis creates the pressure changes needed for this pump to work. The repeated expansion and contraction physically draws vital fluids and oxygen back into the compressed discs. This dual action protocol addresses the 2 primary mechanical requirements for spinal health, reinforcing the bone structure through loading and restoring the disc's internal environment through hydraulic movement. Consistency is important, but safety is paramount. You must follow a phased progression to allow your nervous system and skeletal structure to adapt to these vibrations. Start with 2 minutes of alternating heel drops. As your stability improves, transition to a 3 to 5 minute routine that includes micro hops, always ensuring you land with soft knees to protect your joints. You must remain as straight as an arrow from your hands down to your heels. If you slouch or lean forward, you break the vertical axis, destroying the exercise's effectiveness and placing heavy stress on your lower back. If you are currently dealing with severe disc herniation, spinal stenosis, or advanced osteoporosis, consult a healthcare provider or licensed physical therapist before attempting any structural mechanical loading. Maintaining physical freedom after 50 requires an understanding of the forces acting on your frame. By applying precise biomechanical counterforces, you can effectively manage the daily impact of gravity on your spine.